Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to have a look at the guild rush called the Devourer Burrow. This is located in the Dsa Plateau, as you can see on the map that's just been popped up. Now with all guild rushes, it turns you into a little creature, as you can see there. In this case it's an actual Devourer. And the objective of this mission is basically to pass through all the flags, all the little gates on this gauntlet and path to make it to the end, where there's a beautiful little chest for us all to go and get some of that loot. So we need to do that 15 times as a guild within a time limit. Now it is a half-hour time limit that you've got. And as you can see, there is 3 different skills in this particular case that you can use to help yourself get through and navigate your way past all the little creatures, the bears that we passed previously and the spiders that we're now just coming into, to make it to the other end. Now, the skills that you've got is number 1, which will be a scan, and that'll scan for little traps on the ground that you've got to obviously avoid. Number 2 will be feign death, and number 3 would be burrow. So obviously number 2 and 3 are used to try and avoid any damage from any of the creatures and to sort of get yourself to safety. So what I've tended to find, now for me this is actually one of the easier guild rushes to do. It's not necessarily a hard one, but it is a different mentality to some of the other ones, where this is primarily based on, or primarily geared towards, traps as opposed to sort of mitigating damage that's there. I don't tend to find that many of the creatures do a lot of damage for you. It's more about running over any of the traps that's there. As you can see me at the moment sort of trying to hold myself up so we can get the cooldown off, so we can see where the traps are up ahead. Not particularly too worried about the creature behind that was coming up. So one of the other things that I could have done there was actually gone and burrowed underneath the ground, so using button 2 to give myself a little bit of time so that my scan could just finish off its cooldown and be able to come back up and use it straight away. So it would have been a useful thing to do, but it didn't matter in the end, I guess. Pushed on through and continue on our way. Now up ahead, you can see that we're just trying to hit the scan button as much as we can. There's a couple of spike traps off to our right, and in front of us again, there we go, beautiful. We've got one of the rockfall traps that's there. Now you can see I actually set that one off so you can see what it does if you had never seen one work before, or hadn't been a victim of one, which is always a fun thing. Which is always a bit of a warning not to be too close to the person in front of you. And as you can see, they've got a spike trap that I've just went over there as well, and then to show you the amount of damage that it does actually do. Even though you've got a bat on you, not particularly too worried about that, more worried about the spikes that I just ran over. Then through the final gates, and we're done. In the end, don't forget to head to the chest and grab all your loot for your efforts and your time, and then celebrate in a traditional manner with a good old /cheer.